going on, guys? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a northeastern blizzard or possibly even historic nor'easter, the potential for a severe weather outbreak in the south, and the potential for very flooding rainfalls in the west coast. I'm going to be going over all this in your forecast. So, starting off with what's happening around the U.S., you can see currently we got that system working its way through the southeast. There's going to be 2 rounds of severe storms throughout much of the day. Our first round is happening right now, actually. And then this is our system that is going to dump all this snow in the northeast. So that's what's really happening. Then we have this low pressure system just spinning around up in the Great Lakes region and in the upper Great Lakes and the upper Midwest. And this is actually bringing some significant snowfall. A couple winter storm warnings there. Then we have those rain showers and heavy rain actually moving through Northern California and eventually reaching into southern Central California and also going all the way back up through Portland, Oregon. So if we take a look at our NWS hazards, you can see we have those a large chunk of flood watches in effect for portions of much of California and a portion there of Nevada, and then those winter storm watches, winter weather advisories, and winter storm warnings all the way up to the Klamath Falls, all the way back up through Mount Baker, Washington. Then those winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories in the upper Midwest for Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. And then we have those winter weather advisories again for portions of North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, and one county in Maryland. And then still those winter storm watches in effect. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw those upgraded to a winter storm warning today and possibly a blizzard warning tomorrow. So that's what's happening there. Now we have that tornado watch actually in the south with some severe thunderstorm warnings. One county in Alabama, actually a good portion there of Georgia and Florida under that tornado watch. So let's hop into our rainfall in California, okay? So you can see as I pull this model throughout much of the U.S., you guys are going to see a lot of rainfall start happening. And actually this time it's going to start happening a lot further north into places like Portland, Seattle, and that area. And then it's really going to start raining again in California. And that's why I need to show you our excessive rainfall outlooks in just a moment. So very rainy in the southeast and the west coast. Now this is our main real thing that's really starting to cause all that rainfall, and this is what's really concerning weather forecasts, even though we only have a slight risk. We have a marginal risk of rainfall in the southeast and that slight risk in the west coast. And then if I pull tomorrow, we actually have a moderate risk, which is definitely significant. And then day 3 also has that marginal risk, it has a marginal risk, but it has that moderate risk. And then another little marginal risk up in the northeast, and that's what's happening there. Now, moving on to our nor'easter. So you can see this is what's happening currently, and then this is our nor'easter. So before I dive into this, I just want to say thank you for all my supporters. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys. It really helps me out. So I want to say thank you to all of you guys. And so speaking of a nor'easter, this is what our nor'easter could look like. And guys, this is going to lead to some very heavy snow, and I think we could see snowfall rates up to 3 to 4 inches per hour in some areas. So that is going to be a very significant event, and we'll definitely have some blizzard warnings in effect for definitely Massachusetts. So after that moves out, we do have a couple storms that will hit the northeast, but we're not expecting too much snow, but we will expect some snow from those storms as they move throughout March. Now, March as a pattern just completely set up for nor'easters and stuff in the northeast. So you can see that's some really heavy snow in Massachusetts in that area. and it really is going to be some very heavy snow at times. So you got to watch out for that. Now, let's take a look at our snowfall totals. So if I put this into just like a model loop, this is going to dump a lot of snow. You guys can see already. That is going to dump possibly 3 feet of snow in some places. Boston, you guys can see upwards of like 15 inches. Cape Cod, this is actually a little rare, but upwards of a foot of snow and blizzard conditions. Somewhere in Massachusetts, I wouldn't expect you guys to see upwards of 30 inches of snow. Same in New York, near places like Albany, Buffalo, you guys also could see some snow. So that is how far west this could reach. So yeah, so let's take a look at our wind gusts. This is what they could get up to. They could get upwards of 65 miles per hour in some places in Massachusetts, and I would not expect this to happen, but this definitely could happen at times. You may even see a gust upwards of 70 to 75 miles per hour. So this is a very large event. And you can see those winds are just going to be ranging all along the East Coast. And it's just going to be up and down the Northeast and New England area. It's going to be everywhere. I mean, look at this. I mean, you could, and even in Long Island, you guys could see a lot of wind and a lot of rain, even though this is actually, you're just going to get like mainly rain. So, now let's start talking about our severe weather. So you can see, today there's, a system going on, those dew points and everything. That's actually causing some problems in the south. Like I said in our NWS hazards, that we do have a tornado watch in effect for that area. Then you can see this might, and this is probably the first time in March we'll actually have a risk, but we may even have a risk for a slight risk, maybe all the way up into Iowa, because these dew points, this moisture is going to reach very far north, and we might even see a risk come through for Iowa. So that is something we got to watch out for. And then this is going to bring in a ton of Arctic air. Now remember, these are the dew points. So yeah, but that's still a lot of cold air. And then it's going to start getting a lot more active as we head out into March. Now let's look at our severe weather. So you can see this is what it's looking like. With the storms yesterday, you can see that was yesterday. That quickly fired off in the morning hours, about right now. So I'm recording this video. That first round comes in, very severe, and then this is our main round. This could actually has the potential for some tornadoes, very large hail, and definitely some strong winds. And then those snow showers and heavy snow will start beginning all the way up in the northeast. So let's take a look at our HRRR model, or high resolution rapid refresh model. You can see that's what it was looking like, and I'm very sorry. This is not like loading and stuff. It's being really annoying today, but that's what it's looking like in terms of tornado probabilities, and this is our significant tornado parameter. So this is the probability of a significant tornado out of 10. So any storms that do fire up could produce a tornado, but it's like about a 1 in 5 chance that they will produce a tornado. So if we look at our Storm Prediction Center risks, this was yesterday. We don't need to look at that anymore. This is what we need to look at right here. So our actual severe weather is this day right here. This is today. This is today's outlook. That pretty big slight risk in place all the way from Louisiana to Georgia and Florida. That is mainly driven by everything actually. We have a large percentage for hail, but large percentage for tornadoes still, and a large potential for wind. So that's what's going to be happening there. Then that severe weather is actually going to continue throughout southern Florida, and we may even see an upgrade, maybe to a slight risk. I wouldn't necessarily expect it, but we could. So we have a 5% chance of hail, no percentage of tornadoes, and a 5% chance of wind in that outlook. So now let's look at what is happening around the U.S. in terms of activeness. So it's gonna start getting pretty decently active, except we're gonna have just this break in weather, and then this little system, that little just really annoying system just comes in, and then that blows everything out. Except another system develops actually across Texas, and that's what's going to lead to this storm forming, and that's going to lead to a rather stormy pattern across March. So I just want to show you our temperatures real quick before I end the video. And West Coast, you could see a little bit of a relief from this cold weather. It's going to start warming up at least a little bit. I'm not gonna say it will not warm up, but it will warm up at least a little bit. And I'm gonna be very surprised if you see 70-degree temperatures. I think the warmest temperatures you guys will see in Oregon is like 60-degree, maybe. If you guys are very lucky, 70-degree temperatures, but that is not too likely, but it's going to start warming up a lot on the West Coast, and especially farther north in places like Portland, Seattle, and that area. So yeah, you can see our temperatures, and that's our temperatures throughout much of March, and they're just going to be going back and forth, especially as we head out into April. So yeah, so that's what's really happening there. I just want to show you how warm it could actually get. This March. This is how warm it could actually get. We could have another severe weather outbreak in the plains. So you guys got to be aware of that in terms of severe weather, because it's really going to start ramping up. It's really going to start ramping up, you guys. So you got to be aware of that if you live in severe weather prone areas. And then guess what? I'll have more updates in my next video, but that polar vortex is going to break loose. And that might lead to a bunch of below average temperatures across much of the US again. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like my video, you could consider subscribing, liking the video, and sharing this video with your family and friends. Also, subscribing is completely free, so if you want to do it, you can for sure do it. It's completely free. Even if you have to sign in with your Google account, it's completely free, because it does that with some devices. So thank you for coming and watching my video. I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.